Hey everyone, so today I opened up The Sims just to check and see if I had any updates or anything, and I got this little notification that it's time for the fourth vote for the currently ongoing community voted stuff pack. So I participated in all but the first vote, I think. The second one was for the overall style, third one was for the Create a Sim items, and then this fourth vote is for the build and buy mode game assets. So I just figured let's go ahead and record it, but I did already do the first couple of very simple votes, like vote for one thing and vote for one thing. And so I decided to start recording with this big one where there are many, many things to look at and vote on. So this is the section where we get to actually vote on items, and it says here, blue numbers are things that could be crafted by Sims as part of the new knitting skill that would be coming with this pack. Things that could be crafted or will be in the build buy mode catalog as well. Objects with black numbers are not craftable and would only appear in the build buy mode catalog. So, and out of all of these, there's like 122. All right, I won't scroll all the way down, too many spoilers. We can pick 28 to vote for. So here we go. I just wanted to kind of look at them and record my choices so I remember. I don't know. So firstly, love this, and it's a craftable item. I think it's a cute decor item and definitely the kind of thing that would be fun to see crafted. So I'm going to write down number 1. I'm going to narrow it down, obviously, but this is cute, but it's just a build buy mode item, so it's just a wall hanging that you would buy and like whatever, I could do without. I'd rather have more things that are craftables, but it says they're going to balance it out anyway, so whatever. But I love this. Number 3 is definitely like a crafty thing that I would want to make myself, so yeah. Don't care too much about any of these wall hangings. This one looks like basically like framed sweaters, so you could like knit a section and then it would be framed. 14 is similar but looks like some actual maybe embroidery or something like that, and it's framed. So those are cool, but I'm not gonna use a vote on them right now. Mobiles, again, wall hangings, decor, they're cool, but I'm not like incredibly moved by any of them. 15 is really cute as far as a wall hanging decor item, but then look at this. Hanging plants in knitted planters. None of these are things that your sim could craft, but I mean, look at them. They're amazing. So I love all of them, but I think my favorites are 16 and 19 because I like the very simple with no tassel look, and then I like the very complex tier of multiple hanging ones, but honestly, any of those would be really cool. 20, 21, 22. 22 is a craftable item that your sim could knit, so I imagine they will have variations of like the design and stuff too. 23 as well. It looks like there's a knitted lampshade, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I'm not like super thrilled about any of these, so it's whatever, personally, 27, 28, 29, and 30 are just build buy mode items, so I imagine these would just be like clutter. Things that could just be set around to kind of set the mood. So my favorite of those is 29. If I were to vote for any of them, it would be 29. I like having the loom. I think that's a really cool, unique kind of item there. 31 is cool. It's a coat rack or hat stand that it looks like will be craftable to like add the yarn to it maybe, which is pretty cool. 33 is a cool lamp. I love things like this that have the little storage in the jar at the bottom. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to use a vote on those. We'll see how many numbers I write down when we get through here. I'll write it down just because it is my favorite lamp. I love these little like knitted potted plant thingies. 36 with it's shown with strawberries, but again, I imagine there will be variations, but 36 is my favorite out of those. And then here we have some little knitted plushies. Obviously, my favorite is Grimm. And I love that there's Grimm and the Sad Clown, so they're like direct Sims references as well. But like 42 and 43, or any of these could be cute, like kids' toys type situation. I imagine, I hope, let's see, 38, 39, 38 through 45. Let's scroll down real quick through, okay, it just says knit decor. So I don't know if that means that like toddlers or kids could actually play with oh yeah. Okay, so 42 through 45 are knit toys. So those could actually be played with by toddler Sims probably and maybe child Sims. So that makes a difference to me. So yeah, these ones are just decor. They're cute, but I definitely prefer these because they could actually be played with. So I would say my favorite out of those are the cat and the Grim Reaper. So I'm going to write down 42 and 44. These potted plants situations, this one could be crafted. So is this a knitted cactus and succulent situation? Because I know people make those, and that's really cute. This is a cute decor item though. Plants like in a wooden box. So I'm going to write that one down. I really like that as a decor item. Okay, and then here we have some like countertops and island counters that it looks like can be placed back to back to create like a whole little crafting workstation situation. And so I wonder if these are going to be specifically like for the knitting skill or like used as a workbench, or if these are also the same, like if you could use this in the kitchen, like as kitchen counters, because that's pretty awesome. I like all of them. I don't really have a huge preference. I guess the style here is different though. This one has like blue trim, and this one is a little more clean, modern. So I actually think 49 and 50 look the more usable across the board, I guess you could say. So I'm just going to write those down, but I don't know if I'll end up voting for them because I'm not really bothered either way. This little workstation or desk, I imagine. This one, let's see. Yeah, 53 is a desk, 54 and 55 are hallway tables. So this would be functional as a desk. This one, obviously, this is a cool hallway table in my opinion. This one, I mean, they're showing it with stuff on top. So does that mean we wouldn't be able to put anything else on top of it? Looks like maybe you could put something in the shelf, but like, yeah, I'm not really bothered. But the desk could be cool. Very unique option for a desk, I think. I don't have all of the packs, so I don't really know. I do like 55 as far as a table. And I love this window. I mean, all the windows are cool, but I could see using this window in particular in whatever color swatches it comes in kids' rooms all the time. So I think that one could be really easily used elsewhere, and maybe this one too. It just has kind of more like floral, classic type designs. So yeah, I really like those. Really cool. I mean, I love stained glass, so 57's cool, but yeah. Then we have a bunch of doors. And again, here, like, a lot of these are cool, but thinking about, because I know the other, like, Sims YouTubers that I watch and I listen to them give their opinions on things like this, we're also thinking about, like, how many different builds could you use these things in? So, like, how many times are you really going to want to have the door that has a bag of knitting stuff on the back of it? Like, not every Sims home is going to have that, so that door is going to be less usable universally, you know? Whereas, like, the one with the birdhouse could be used fairly often. It's a decor item. This one is kind of interesting, but I like 67 personally. I think that's my favorite. It's got a nice little cute touch to it. Maybe, you know, your grandma's house aesthetic, very simply there, but also very easily used elsewhere. So I think as far as that goes, and like I think this painted one could be cute for kids' rooms as well, of course. But yeah, so maybe those are the most easily used elsewhere. I love 61. If we're talking about like a grandma's cottage situation, I love 61. But it's also very clearly like will only fit that aesthetic, which I guess is fine because that's the point of a stuff pack, having a theme. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have a lot of the expansion packs and stuff, so, and I don't even know if I'll get this one. I'm just participating in the voting process, and then if I really like what ends up happening with it, maybe we'll get it, but I don't know. So I'm just thinking about like what could go with everything, and I'm not really happy with the Create-A-Sim items that ended up being the top voted. There's only one hat. Like seriously, there were like 23 hat options or something that were amazing, and only one of them made the vote. Whatever. So the ones, not a lot of the things that I voted for ended up being the creative stuff items for the pack. But anyway, moving on. Mailboxes that are craftable. So yeah, it looks like this like knitting can be applied to these mailboxes. They're super cute, but I'm not too concerned about voting for them. Of these short window dressings, I really like 72 because it actually looks similar to the window dressings that were in our house when we moved in. So that could be something that, depending on the color swatches that they make it in, could be really useful in updating the build that I'm doing of our house to make it look even more like exactly like our house. And with the long window dressings, I really like 76 because I don't think there's another one like this that has the ruffles at the bottom. At least not in base game. Again, I don't have all the packs, so something else like this might exist. But in base game, at least, I don't think we have anything like with the ruffles at the bottom, so I just think that's cool because it's kind of a different look that I don't already have represented in my game with the few packs that I have. 73 and 74 are pegboards. Let's see what they're actually considered. Okay, they're wall shelves. Oh yeah, okay, duh. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, there's shelves. Yeah, there are shelves on there. So those are some very specifically DIY crafty person's house shelves. So if that's what you're creating, I could see those being the shelves that you want to go for. However, I'm not really concerned. So these shelves I really like looking at all of these. My favorites would be, I mean, I love 79, but I also love 83 and I like 84 because 84 has the kind of like granny and also DIY kind of aesthetic that I like, but also doesn't look specifically like it would only go in a crafter's house, such as the sketch that they have here of 85 where it like has yarn and stuff under it. This just looks like, any knickknacks. So yeah, and then I don't know if this one is actually a mailbox. 78, yeah, wall shelf. So shelf, shelf, decor, decor, shelf. So 80 and 81 up here too. This is just wall decor. So again, these are just things that would specifically plop on the wall if you were designing a room of that type. But I think I'm going to write down 83 and 84 because those are my favorites out of that category. I love 86 as a rug and it's a craftable. I also love 88. I mean, I kind of love all of the rugs. The only one that's not craftable is this round one, which is kind of interesting. But I think just to narrow it down, I will just write down 86 and 88 as my two favorites there. Of course, knowing that they're going to be available in some different swatches, or at least assuming and hoping that that is the case. This, I imagine, is just a decor item as well. We have some wall patterns. Honestly, I like this one with the gingham and the flowers. I think that one's pretty unique, but also something I would use a lot because I like stuff like that. But also this one. I could see this one being used a lot because it's got just a little bit of decorative trim at the top. These ones with the full patterns I love, but they are harder to incorporate depending on what kind of build you're doing. But, I love it. I'd be happy with any of those, honestly. Shelf, 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 shelf. Dresser. So these 4 pieces are listed below as shelves. It just says like wall shelf. So I imagine like these sketches must, like this one in particular, they must have just sketched all this stuff on there just to give you an idea, but they probably actually have open shelves. So I was thinking they were like bookcases, but they have it just labeled as shelves. So it's got to be that in the actual game you can place stuff on the shelves as you want. Because like this one, they left a little bit of empty space here and here. So you kind of do get the sense that, oh, we'll be able to place more stuff there. But this one is just shown like really cluttered, so I didn't actually get that impression from the sketch. But it says it's a shelf. Same with this one. But of all of these, I love 98. This is my favorite. It's the most clearly shelves, even with that little bit of personalized kind of crafty stuff on there. And I love the kind of ladder style, which is pretty popular these days, I think. At least I've been seeing it around more. And this is a dresser item, but I love this. It looks kind of similar to the one that came out with Tiny Living as far as it looks like it has a smaller footprint. It's a one tile dresser, looks like, and a little shelving space in there as well. So I love that. Like that is probably one of my absolute favorite items of all of these. I just think it's so cool. And I love the rainbow drawers. So as long as that is actually a swatch, fucking amazing. End tables. Cute. Very stylized one here with 102. The others are pretty basic shapes, but just, I think, again, just based on the sketches, which I know the swatches are going to be different, 100's my favorite, just based on the sketches as given. So I like that one. I'll write it down. And then again, we're going to have to narrow this down at the end because I'm not keeping track of how many I'm doing. So these here, these are craftable items and looks like little poofs, but they did something weird with Tiny Living where there was a poof. It looked like you were going to be able to sit on it, but it was actually an end table. So let's see what it says down here. Oh, yes. 104 to 107, knit poof chairs. So those are actually going to be seating. Options. I like 104, but again, if they're going to be craftable items, I like 104 and 105 because I like both styles. Dining chairs, I'm not really bothered about. I like the options for dining chairs that are already in base game. I'm not like that crazy about it. Oh my gosh, this one has little cat feet, I just noticed. That's adorable. Anyway, this one looks like a giant button. So yeah, this one has the knit stuff on the legs and on the back as well. But yeah, I like any of those I would be happy with. So I'm not really concerned about voting on that. Couches. This one looks the most like what I feel like I've heard people saying they really want in the game. Something very like that looks like real people's couches that you see around, you know? And then I would imagine 120 is the ottoman that would go with that, even though they haven't shown it here in the same color swatch. Looks like it would go. But yeah, again, I'm not super bothered by any of the like furniture that we have because I'm not one of those people that's building in The Sims every single day, and so I'm like really aware of what is missing for each aesthetic, but I feel like this style is what I've heard people say is kind of missing. So, yeah. And that's the end. So now we get to the actual voting. So let me count up what I've written down here. Okay, so I've actually written down 32 things, and we can choose up to 28. So there's only 4 things that I wrote down that I need to remove from my vote. So let's go back up and look. I wrote down number 1 and number 3. I do love those. I'm going to keep votes for those. 16 and 19, I don't necessarily have to vote for, but I want to keep those. So what else did I write down? Oh, 29. Yeah, I actually kind of do care because that would be my favorite out of those just decor, like clutter items. But, yeah, I said I might not need to vote for my lamp, but I do like that one a lot. I think it's the most unique, so 36, I guess I don't have to vote for 36. I would really be okay with any of those sort of plant situations that they come up with. I did vote for 2 of the toys and also this planter box. So let's keep those and let's see. Oh, I could get rid of the 2 counter votes because I really don't care. Whatever they come up with there, I like them both. So I'm not like hugely attached to either of those. So let's get rid of those numbers. And then there's only one more thing that I need to take off the list to have 28. Did I even vote for the desk? I did. The desk. But then it's like, what would they do? Would they just not put out a desk for this pack if nobody votes for it? Would we just not get a desk? Because I'd be fine with that too. But like, it is really cool as a desk, but I also don't really care if they make a desk for the pack. Kind of the same with the table. I guess if I had to choose one of those, I care less about the table. I think the desk is cool. So if we get rid of the table, then I still have my vote for the doors, I wrote down both windows actually. Yeah, both of those windows. I just wrote down the one door, one short curtain, one long curtain, this shelf and this shelf, this rug and this little half circle rug, and this wall, which again, like, I don't really care. Any of those walls would be great, so I could have gotten rid of that vote, but I'll keep it. This one and this one. I love these. This end table, which I could have gotten rid of that vote too. I'm not hugely concerned about that. These 2, just because they're craftable seating items and I like both of those styles. I like this one too though. Like, I don't know. But I voted for these 2, or I am voting for these 2. Didn't vote for a chair because don't care. I mean, you know, I like them all, so I'm not hugely concerned with which one they pick. And then I voted for this set because I like the style of that sort of set there. So let's start filling them in. 1, knit wall decor. 3, knit wall decor. 53, the desk, the only option for a desk that was given. Oh no, 51 was a desk too, and 49, what? Wait, let's go see. Oh, okay. So they were considering these also desks. Okay. I was thinking they were like counters. Well, yeah. Like, I think that would be cool if you just had like this in the middle of the room and you could pull up your chair and use this as a desk. But yeah, whatever. So, whatever they come up with there, I'll be happy with. And again, I'm not committing for sure to even purchasing this pack. I'm just participating because if I love it, maybe I'll get it. Window, window. It didn't give me a confirmation that it actually went through, so I might have to go back in and redo them. But this is good because I actually wanted to show you this stuff too. If you were not aware, I did not take part in the first couple of votes because I didn't know about it then. But these were the options for the themes, and arts and crafts won. And then from the winning theme, the specific gameplay options were these, and knitting won. Can you imagine glass fabrication? Like, wow. So yeah, out of these, I probably would have also gone for knitting because it's the closest to crocheting, which I love. Round 2 was about the overall style aesthetic. I did participate in this vote. I voted for granny chic because I really wanted some overtly grandma style. I thought that would be cool, and I personally would use it a ton. But DIY Delight was the name of the one that won, and this was the sample sketch. And then round 3 I participated in, and that was choosing the Create a Sim, CAS, C-A-S options. And yeah, look at only one hat. I mean, it's a cute hat, but you should have seen all the options for the hats. Actually, you can because Deligracy did a video digitally trying them on using a green screen. But yeah, there were a ton of awesome hat options, and this is the only one that made it in. I'm kind of annoyed by that. I did vote for these boots with the little knit sort of socks showing underneath them, and I think I did vote for this top as well, which I know a lot of people liked this top. But the rest of these, and like the kids, the toddlers, and the kids' items are like, all right, yeah, I could go with that. The other ones, I mean, I like this. Maybe I voted for that. I don't remember. I like these things with scarves, but I also know sometimes they don't work that well. I mean, I like them all, but yeah, they're not the ones that I liked the most that I voted for. So I'm just a little bit kind of like meh about this selection. So I do feel like whatever ends up being in the build and buy mode is likely to be why I decide to get the pack or not. So anyway, let's redo the vote because I don't know if it saved my options. So now you can see there were also rocking chairs to vote on. These options, as well as options with cushions. Hello! I chose number 9. This is my favorite design, and also gotta have it with the cushion. I love that they're showing armless and armed versions of them as well. But yeah, so 9 was my favorite. Oh yeah, look, it saved my vote. So do I just have to resubmit it? Then there were these options for knitting baskets, which I love 1, I love 4, and I love 6. But I ended up voting for 6 because I just feel like it's the most unique looking design. I don't know. And then, so yeah, did it save all of my votes here as well? No. Okay, so let me put these back in real quick. There we go. Now we get the confirmation. So yeah, I must have just taken too long and it refreshed or something. Thank you for participating in the Create a Stuff Pack survey. Cool. So that's that. That's all I wanted to share with you. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you don't care at all, or if you don't play but maybe it's still interesting and fun. I don't know. So yeah, we'll see if I end up getting the pack at all. I don't know, but it's fun to participate and feel like I've had a say, even if the things I end up voting for are not the most popular and don't win. Yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good one. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.